Hello, my name is Nate. Welcome to my art channel. I'm working on a 12 by 12 inch ceramic tile, and I'm going to do another hide and reveal. A swipe, scoop and drag, maybe blow little bits out. I'm not sure. I don't have an actual plan for what I'm going to do. I just have a really fun color palette. I was looking back at some photos and it reminded me of hanging out with my grandmother in her kitchen. She had some beautiful wallpaper that I loved, and it was based on kind of a creamy white color and brown as the background, and then it had bright pops of like floral pattern. So I'm going to use, I hope all this is in frame, I'm going to use these as my pillow and my faux pillow, and then I'm going to layer these colors on top. And when I do my swipe, hopefully these appear as the cells. So this creamy white here is Chroma Curl white with a little bit of burnt umber from Amsterdam. And then this is burnt umber from Amsterdam with a little bit of Chroma Curl white. I didn't want it super dark. And as a matter of fact, I tested it out to see what it was going to look like when it's dry. When you mix up a custom color, sometimes you don't know whether it's going to darken or not, and this will get a little bit darker, but the swipe color that I'm using is Amsterdam Burnt Umber. And I've tested it out. It works really well as a cell activator, and it will give me that dark contrast that I need. But I wanted to soften the tone for the actual faux pillow. And then my other colors, these three are all leftovers. This is Amsterdam Turquoise Blue. This is Olive Green Light from Amsterdam. And then this one is Golden Quinacridone Nicolazo Gold. And then the last color I have is this little piggy Gilded, which is a very, very sparkly gold color. So that's the idea. And instead of putting on some music for you today, I actually had somebody in my last video say, please explain what you're doing as you're doing it instead of putting on music. So I'm gonna do that today. If I do more than one, I'll probably put the second one on as with some music, but I'll talk you through this first one at least. I have a couple of tiles ready to go. And once I start playing, I don't wanna stop. So I'm going to tilt that out just a little bit, give myself more of a square shape to play with, since my tile is square also. And since I'm going to be putting a lot more paint on here, I'm just going to spread it out a little bit. So let me tell you a little bit about, I've gone mad scientist here with my pouring medium. So normally my pouring medium is based on 2 parts American Floetrol and 1 part PVA glue and 1 part gloss varnish. And it gives me a really nice thick mixture. And I actually went to, there's a paint manufacturing company here called Via Color, and I went to them about 1.5 years ago, and I was showing him what I do with mixing up these big batches of Floetrol and glue and varnish, and he said, I can make something better than that for you. So he went to work, and he I've gone through like 19 different versions, and I now have a pouring medium that he's manufacturing that is fantastic. I love it for so many different reasons. But I took that pouring medium and I added in what was 3 parts of my regular pouring medium and 1 part deep base to give it that elasticity from house paint, because that's really important for this kind of technique. So and then 1 part color from the paint. So I can mix up any color, base coat, faux pillow, any kind of colors that I want. I don't have to rely on finding the right color in the hardware store. So I'm excited about that. So, all right. So I've got my pillow down. I think I'm going to do another kind of cross. Let's go corner to corner like this. I'm going to do another kind of X layout. I liked that from my last one, my last video. If you haven't seen that yet, I'll connect that at the end so that you can go watch it because it turned out beautiful. I was really happy with that. And I'm gonna put the olive green on top of the quinacridone. Nickel azo gold, there we go. And then the turquoise blue on top of that. And then we'll do the gilded. Oh, I can see already how sparkly that is. I'm not gonna worry about air bubbles in these. I did make, these are leftovers and they've been sitting for quite a while, so there shouldn't be too many of them, but it might help some cells to rise when the bubbles rise and bring other colors with it. And I'm going to add just a little drizzle of that QNAG again on top. Here we go. That's all the color I need. And then we're going to add our faux pillow. So we'll start with this big scoop here, or this big scraping tool. And I'm gonna cover as much of this as possible. And I just want a thin layer. But you need to use more of it than you think on your scraping tool. And I kind of like to spread it out a bit. This one has a hole in one corner, so it's kind of coming out of the line. This part's really messy. Oh well. I would normally edit some of this out, but I promised I would talk my way through it. Okay. And we just want to get full coverage here. Doesn't need to be a lot of paint, but it just needs to cover everything, so that when I spin it out, I don't have any of that white showing. There we go. And scrape that right back in. And I've got lots left over for the next time. Okay, so I'm going to, I have both of these palette knives set up. I think I'm gonna stick with the smaller one. Okay, so we're just gonna put a little bit of this on, spread it out on the palette knife. Again, you don't need a lot, but you do want to kind of cover the whole thing. And the secret here to the hide and reveal, let's see, let's go this way. I can see that one of my lines is right here, so I'm gonna go there. And the secret here is that on a normal swipe, if my colors were on top, I would just glide this over top. But with the hide and reveal, I want to go through this layer to the colors underneath. So I have to dig in a little bit, and I'm going to push that paint down, that palette knife down, so that it picks up some of that color underneath, hopefully. All right, nice. Some beautiful cells coming up there, but not a lot of color. So I didn't go quite deep enough, so we'll try again. Spreading that out on the knife. I could use a little spoon or spatula to do that. Let's see here. Let's go this way. Dig it right in and come out. Oh, I got some of the blue in there that time. Hopefully some of that green comes up. You see how thick that paint is when I'm really digging in, so it's filling back in at the moment. let's do the next one, which should be going right out that way. I'm going to use my popsicle stick to add that now. And let's do another one. I do want that green to come up. Geez, I do not see any. Maybe it'll come out when I do some scoop and drags. Okay, one more to go. Ooh. That's enough cell activator for a moment. Now we're just going to wait for the cells to do what they do for a moment. Takes a second for cell activator to work. It needs to sync and it needs to spread and allow those other colors to rise up. And it's not necessarily instantaneous. And we're going to get rid of that one little white spot right there before it becomes a problem later. Oh, that's really pretty. I'm going to lose all of that though. I'm seeing the green out here. Okay. So now we have to decide. Let's pop some air bubbles while I'm thinking about it. Now we have to decide how we're going to add structure and composition to this. So I really liked the last one when I blew it out from the center out. So maybe I'll do that again. These cells here are gorgeous. I wish I had a little more color there, but I might get some more when I blow. Okay, that's my cell activator again. Take off my reading glasses. I'm gonna blow into this to spread it out a little bit, and then I'll blow petals in each of the negative space areas. Pretty. We'll go directly across this time. Not as much color that time. So we'll go this way next. And all I'm trying to do here is blow that cell activator over top of the other colors to get the cells enlacing, and then it brings up some of the other color along the way. That's nice. All right, I like that. That's really pretty. I'm gonna find my, yep, here's my smaller palette knife. And all of this right here is going to stay dark unless I either blow down into it with a straw, or I can scoop and drag and spread it out. It needs to be thin and over top of the layer in order for the cells to rise. So I'm gonna scoop right here, load up my palette knife, and then I'm gonna draw that out. I'm really happy with some motion to that. That's nice. I definitely want to go over this one too, because it's mostly just white. So we're gonna scoop right underneath like that. Oop, I went the wrong way. Oh no. We're gonna go across this way now. This is what I get for trying to talk while I'm painting. Well, this is gonna be a lot more abstract than I intended. That's all right. Okay. I want to bring some color out this way, so I'm going to scoop right in here. And maybe pull some of that color out. That's nice. I'm gonna do the same thing right here. There's some pretty color right there. Go underneath. And just lay it out on top. I like the little breaks and the little patterns you can make that way. Add some interest and motion. This is a mess right here, and I'm gonna figure that out here in a minute. But first we're gonna do this. So come right back underneath here. Ooh, I like that a lot. Okay, one more to go. And this is gonna have some green in it. Oh, good. I'm gonna come right in here. I don't want to cover up all of the cells. Okay. What do we want to do with that? Last time I wrecked these, I think what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to come out right there. I'll scoop from right here. That's a little better. This little line right there, do I like that? I think what I'm gonna do is come in right here. That's interesting. Do I like it? Yeah, it's okay. All right, so I'm assuming that I'm going to lose most of the stuff on the outside edge. So when I start spinning, this is what will be the majority of the composition. I think I'm just gonna leave that. Okay, here we go. Let me move some stuff out of the way and let's spin her out. Oh, I'm gonna lose all this pretty stuff out here on the edge. That's okay. I can always do it again. That's pretty. I do like the colors. The structure on this one got away from me, but that's okay. Let me turn it around for you here. This way. Oh no, I think I like it better the other way, don't I? Let me see what happens. Do I have enough? I spun a lot off. That was one big spin. Let's see if I can move my composition down just a little bit. Tilting slowly. I don't want anything to warp, but I want to put some more of my weight out of the center and towards that edge. So on the next spin, hopefully that bottom part moves closer to the edge. And it did. I think think I would like it to go off though, so I'm gonna give it one more spin. Some beautiful transparency happening in here. Wow. Okay. And we've reached the edge. I think there's enough paint off. We're gonna call that one good. I like it. Very abstract. It's amazing how when you're playing with it here in the center, it kind of looks like a mess, and then as it opens up, things just start making more sense. This is really cool in through here. I love this transparency. I love all of that. I'll bring you guys in for a close-up. Okay, here we go. Let's look at some of this. That's my initial swipe, and it has a scoop and drag over top of it. Oh, I do love these colors. Wow. Some beautiful cells up there. This is mostly not about cells, although those are just really stretched out cells right there. There's some beautiful ones right there. Ooh, those are really nice. I think I need to do this again. I'm not quite satisfied. I'm gonna go again. Okay, hold on just a second. Let me get set up for the next one.